Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Drew's Food Reviews. And today I've got another edition of Classic Candy Corner. And I found this classic, it's not really candy, but I guess it could be kind of classic candy. I know this has been around for many years, since I was a little kid. And they have something similar. And these used to come in a bar, but I couldn't find the bar anymore. But I was able to find this at Walmart of all places. And I remember I used to get these all the time. They had, Baby Ruth used to be, with the nuts and the chocolate covers. Then they had the Payday that had no chocolate on. They were just nuts and like nougat and caramel. And then they used to have Munch bars, but they weren't able to. I was not able to find a Munch bar, but I did find this Munch peanut butter bites. So it's just essentially the Munch bar in little pieces. I do remember getting these quite often when I was little. It's kind of like it is a peanut brittle. Also used to get, peanut brittle from like the candy store, a candy counter at like Sears or JCPenney. Sometimes some of the candy places would have it, you get peanut brittle. I think you can also get them at the grocery store. They would usually come in a bag, like a peanut brittle. Mrs. C's, I think C's Candy had it. Seems like that was it. One of them. They had the peanut brittle around for like holiday time. But these were, pure peanutty goodness. And for this one, it's 150 calories for a quarter of the bag, 100 milligrams of sodium. And again, it's just going to be peanut brittle. And like I said, I remember getting these. The Munch bars used to be one of my favorites because I liked the little bit of bitter saltiness, and then also the the peanut brittle. And it kind of reminds me too, I might have to go back and find these. It was kind of classic snack, not really candy, but it was the they had two of them, the Crunch and the Fiddle Faddle, the popcorn with peanuts and caramel, like Cracker Jacks. Okay, and here's a small chunk. You can see that. It's got that little real hard candy peanut brittle, fairly thick, and this is just the pieces that are broken up. Oh yeah. Oh. I forgot. Kind of forgot how good that was. Maybe I'll find a better piece. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Typical cross section of that peanut brittle. Nice and thick, very sweet, very crunchy. It's just that kind of butteriness of the peanut and the brittle. A lot of times you would get it the other, like C's Candy. It wasn't just peanut brittle, it was like almonds and cashews and all that other kind of mixed nuts, and it was all in there. And then there was some that was like dark maple peanut brittle and a little bit different things. But they also have, like I said, they had the popcorn, caramel popcorn with peanuts, with cashews, with almonds. They had a thing, I think it was called Moose Munch. And also you'd go and get your flavored popcorn from like the mall. It'd be Popcornopolis or some kind of cheddar popcorn. It was caramel corn. The Crunch and the Fiddle Faddle were all usually like butter toffee kind of popcorn, and that's what that kind of reminds me too of, this the toffee that you would get from I think one was Toffee Fay, Heath Bar. Those are the kind of ones that real crisp toffee flavors. Um, oh, that's so good. Remember that? Get like a big thing of peanut brittle. I used to like that to watch a movie or at Christmas time. You should get the peanut brittle in a bag or a box of peanut brittle. A lot of times people would send you. I remember that. Christmas time, we'd get a box of See's candy and it had the kind of peanut brittle and then a little bit of chocolate on the bottom. Or they would send you a box of peanut brittle along with See's candy, fruitcakes, chocolate oranges, candy canes. There seemed like peanut brittle used to be kind of the thing, you know, to give at the holidays. Also, I think I remember, like, if you had, say, like if you have kids and your kids were like in either Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, and they had like a fundraising drive, or if your school had it, they would always go around and you'd make you buy the candy or wrapping paper, or, you know, of course, Girl Scout cookies. But then they also used to sell like candy, and you have to pay like, you know, $8 for a little box of mints or a little box of peanut brittle or like one roll of wrapping paper. I know it went to a good cause, but it seemed like whenever they would come around, and sometimes they'd come around door to door, they'd be selling, you know, peanut brittle, popcorn, all the different things. And I don't know, I just remember growing up with this Munch and kind of like the Planters honey roasted nuts and stuff. It reminds you of something you get like when you go on the airline, they give you a little bag of honey roasted peanuts. But yeah, this one was pretty good. Oh yeah, this is Mars. This is Mars bar. Same people that bring you like the M&Ms, Snickers, that kind of thing. But I know they used to be in bars. I used to get them quite often. Also along with the payday. Because if you didn't want chocolate, you'd get this, you know, plain old good thing of peanut brittle. And it's always nice and crunchy and nice and salty. And like I said, I really remember it around Christmas time. Or, like I said, sometimes they would come around selling door to door. Also, you get the peppermint bark, and I think like the popcorn mix and all that stuff. So that was always good. And you know, if you could find them still in the stores, the Munch, the Payday, there's still quite a lot of places that carry the Payday. It's fairly popular. The Munch is a little bit tough to find. I've actually seen it in Walmart in this small bag. It's like $1. And then they've also got it in a bigger bag in Walmart, like with the candy, but I think it's like $3. It's a big bag though. So if you were a fan of just regular peanuts without any chocolate, without any nougat or anything like that, and you just want like a plain peanut brittle thing, see if you could track this one down, and you know, maybe might be one of your favorite candies from the past. And also let me know if that was something you remember from when you were little, if you had it a lot, or if you just don't, you know, remember seeing it. It's kind of one of those obscure things where it wasn't really chocolate, and it was kind of, you know, a little bit different, and not everybody everybody wanted the chocolate bars. There weren't too many non-chocolate bars, you know, that were just like peanut butter and peanut butter bars or anything like that. But these are actually really good, and it was one of my favorites growing up, and glad that I was still able to track it down. And there are quite a few other ones that I remember from my childhood, And unfortunately, a lot of them are no longer around because either the company went out of business or they've discontinued it. There were quite a few other ones that I used to love, and I just wish they would be around, but sadly they're not. And there are still some that I remember, but I haven't been able to track them down, only online. So I'll keep my eye out, and as soon as I get a handle on them or find them out for you, I'll do another episode of Classic Candy Corner. So if this was something you remember, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Say, hey, yeah, I remember I used to remember that. Had it all the time, or it was my mom's favorite candy, or my dad liked it, or my brother liked it, or I liked the chocolate, but I don't like the stuff without chocolate. There's a whole lot of different things. So like I said, this was one of my favorites, and I was glad to have tracked this one down. And this was another episode of Classic Candy Corner with another classic candy, I guess is what you can call it. And so if you liked the video and you like the classic candy series, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification bell right over there. That way you won't miss any future contents, or if I go live, you won't miss the fun. And also feel free to go through my playlists. I've got lots of other classic candy episodes of the classic candies that I've found. Also, there's other playlists with what's poppin', too sweet, what's for dinner, what's new. There's a whole lot of them out there. So I know a lot of times people have been asking, hey, have you ever tried this? Have you ever tried that? Well, just take a gander through my library, and you might find something that you always wanted to see or wanted to see my opinion on. So go ahead and check it out in the playlist down there. So anyways, that's another episode of Classic Candy Corner. And I hope you're really enjoying this series as much as I am enjoying bringing it to you and sharing all my stories and memories of the classic candies from when I was little. So until next time, guys, when I'll find another classic candy for you guys, I'm gonna put these aside and just have a little bit more, but it's always fun to go back and relive your childhood. So until next time, talk to you guys later.